In this video, we are going to look at some tags that have to do with typography. Like we have already seen H1, which is a heading tag, and also P tag, which is for paragraph tag. So now I am going to create a file called as typography.html. So as you might have seen in the previous videos, to create a basic structure, just press shift exclamation tab, so it creates a basic structure for us. And I am going to create a title, heading, so to create a comment in HTML, you can easily do that. Just press Ctrl/ and it automatically creates a comment for you. So this is very useful. And now the first thing that we are going to discuss is the headings. So another tip I am going to give you is, if you want to move to the next line, so you can obviously do this, go to the end and press enter. But if you are in the middle of something and if you want to move to the next line, you can easily do that. Just press Ctrl enter and it takes you to the next line. So now we are going to discuss the 6 heading tags. So as you can see here, it automatically takes you to the next line. So heading 4, so I am going to save it and I am going to open it with live server. So as you can see here, it so this H1 here, it's the biggest heading, and as you can see here, this H2 is smaller than H1 and H3 is smaller than H2 and H6 is actually the smallest of all. So I am gonna give you a tip, which is you must actually use only one H1 per page, because the search engine actually sees your websites and it actually describes the content of your web page. So for example, if you are creating a blog post, you must actually have one H1 per page for your blog post title, and the rest of the others you can have as many as you want. So if you are having a blog title and for or the role of each blog post, you can have different headings like H3 for different roles of blog post. So it's actually your wish to use this, but remember, just use one H1 per page. So the next one that we are going to discuss is the paragraph. So another tip I am going to give you is, if you want to create a dummy text in HTML, you can easily do that. Just type lorem and you can create as many dummy text as you want. So for example, I can create 10 or I can create 50 or I can create, so as many dummy text as you want, you can easily create it in HTML. So it's actually a part of Emmet. So I am going to have 100 dummy text here. So now we are going to discuss some typography tags. So I am going to go in the middle of somewhere and I am going to type strong tag. So I am going to save it, and as you can see here, this strong tag actually makes the text bold. So this strong tag was actually introduced in HTML5 because it's made to stand out from other text. So as you can see here, it's bolded from other text. So the next typography tag is emphasis, which is for italics, making your text italic. So as you can see here, the text here, it actually makes your text italics. So the text font family of this text, as you can see, it's very different when compared to others. So the next tag that I'm gonna show you is the line break. So if you just press enter like this here, and if you just give spaces here, it doesn't reflect it in the web page, as you can see here. So you can have million spaces here as you want, but it doesn't show you here. So if you actually want to create a line break, you can do that. So it's actually BR tag, as you might have seen in the slide. It's actually used for displaying line breaks. So as you can see here, it actually created a line break for you. So if you want to have another space, you can do that. Another BR, just use another BR tag, and it actually creates another line break for you. So if you want to create a horizontal rule, so to display a line on a web page, you can do that. Just type HR. As you can see here, it's created a horizontal line tag for you. Actually, if you want to preserve these spaces, you can actually do that. There is a tag called pre in HTML. So what it does is, so if you put some text here and if you have some spaces here, it actually reflects you in the web page. So as you can see here, the text is different and also the font is different. So my preference is don't use this pre tag. So it's actually not that much used in the HTML5. Just remember there is a tag called pre. So if you have studied HTML before, for example, when HTML5 before HTML5, so you might have seen some tags like bold tag, so bold tag. So as you can see here, it actually makes your text bold, but my advice is that don't use these bold tags like bold. You might have seen like italics, underline, and these tags, you might have seen these tags. So actually these have been removed in HTML5 or deprecated from HTML5 because HTML is just used for displaying the content for the web page. So HTML is not meant for styling. This strong tag is actually it's actually called as a semantic tag in HTML, so which we will be discussing in the future. So just remember this strong EM or just a semantic tags, and it's actually used to stand out from other text. So as you can see here, this text and this text is actually made to stand out from other text. So it actually makes your font bold, but just remember these are not meant for HTML is not meant for styling, and if you want to style it, you can use CSS to do it. So this might be confusing at the beginning. I also got confused at the beginning while studying this, so just remember this. So you might also seen tags like yes, which is for strike through. So you can see, but this also has been removed. So there is an semantic tag for del, which is actually the same as yes. So this is just a semantic tag, remember. So if you want to change the background of this to yellow, you can do that using CSS. So these are the different typography tags. So if you want to display your text small, you can do that. So as you can see here, it displays your very small. When compared to other text, it's actually very small. So these are some typography tags. So in the next video, we are going to be discussing about the structure of a heading using an example. So as you can see here, if you learn the structure of the headings, it might be really useful for you to know about how you must actually structure your heading. So don't forget to subscribe guys, and I will see you in my next video.